Hello and welcome to DC Velocity's Thought Leadership Series, produced in conjunction with MHI. My name is Mark Solomon. I'm a senior editor at DC Velocity magazine. Today we are pleased to be joined by Lori Hine-Denham. Lori is the president of the American Society of Transportation and Logistics. It's a nonprofit organization that provides credentialing for transportation and logistics professionals. And thank you for joining us, Lori.
Thank you, Mark.
Describe briefly for our audience, people don't understand or may not be aware what AST&L does. What do you do?
Well, AST&L was started actually in 1946 because at that time there were no college degrees in logistics or transportation. In fact, logistics wasn't even a term then. And it provided a stopgap measure. Today, it helps people build upon their skills. We work with universities and they help develop the content for the people that want to go into a deeper dive once they've received their fundamentals in college.
Okay. Are you seeing an increase in demand for credentialing?
We are, and a lot of the area that we're seeing now is in the entry level. We have a career pathway of credentials. We have the CTL, Certified in Transportation and Logistics for senior level. We have the PLS, which is a module that's really for individuals who say they've been in finance and they were put in transportation and they need a big picture but a quick snapshot. And then we have the Global Logistics Associate, and that is entry level for high school and community college. That's where we're seeing the biggest increase of need.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, I think, first of all, people don't know a lot about our industry. And we're working with high school teachers and teaching them about all the opportunities that there are so they can go back to their students. Not too many of us, our parents told us about supply chain, logistics, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So that's where we're seeing the really big increase. And also there's an increase in jobs for people that have certifications that might not necessarily be able to go on to college.
Okay, so they could use the certification as a
stepping stone
even if they don't pursue a four-year degree.
Correct.
Understood. In today's work environment, we are seeing a dramatic, everyone talks about it, a dramatic shortage in qualified people to manage the supply chain. Is this becoming a critical component, this type of credentialing, becoming a critical component in the talent evaluation process?
I believe so. You see more and more of our industry companies wanting credentials, and they might vary. There are other credentialing groups out there. There's Apex and ISM. Our little piece of the pie in the supply chain happens to be the transportation logistics sector. It's not required by industry, but many of the job applications say preferred. We also have companies that want to send, say, their salespeople through the program so they learn the language of their customers, so they're using it internally as well.
So if you had 4 applicants for a job and all 4 had the same qualifications, same experience, but one had this additional credentialing accreditation, would that person be in a better position than the other 3?
Yes, it gives them a differentiator. We always say we can't promise that you'll get the job, but it will definitely be the differentiator because the employer sees that they've gone that extra step. And statistics show that people with an industry credential earn up to 18 to 20% more than a person that's non-credentialed.
Mm-hmm. How does AST&L expand its reach into the general public? Does it do it individually, or does it do it by itself, or does it do it in conjunction with other organizations or industry?
A little bit of all of that.
Okay.
We collaborate a lot with Apex. We exchange student members, and we also have a program where we accept their certifications as part of our waivers. We also work with workforce development boards and departments of education throughout the United States. And then in addition to that, we have an international reach as well. In fact, our Global Logistics Associate is the first credential that's been recognized by the Ministry of Human Resources in China.
And when was that, and what type of opportunity and potential do you see there?
Sure, that just happened a month ago. We've had that credential there in China now for a year. It just took a long time to do, and what it does is it really opens the market for people to get that credential, but the best thing it does for the U.S. companies is they can have their people trained that are working and living in China. And so they'll have the same basic skills that their people in the U.S. have.
So this would be for both Chinese citizens, Chinese nationals, and let's say Americans doing business
Yes.
in China?
Absolutely. And in China, it's all translated into Mandarin because at the entry level there, they don't necessarily know English.
Okay. Lori, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mark.